Well, let me tell you my life story. On December the 7th, 1981, Pearl Harbor Day, I had lived a life as a professional criminal. I sold drugs and engaged in other illegal activities. And my probation officer told me if I get one more dirty test or another UA, I was going to San Quentin and be sexually assaulted. I can't use the words that he used, but he told me I was going to be sexually assaulted. So at 4:15 in the morning, I had a vision for me. I had a vision for me being in San Quentin. I weighed 120 pounds, 5'6", and Bubba saying yes, and I'm saying no. Bubba weighed about 300 pounds. I surrendered. I was desperate. I called my sister, who was at Alcoholics Anonymous about 7 months, and I said, I need some help. And that began where I am today. What happens? I went to our meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, 11,530 Pico, and here I am today. I got involved after I got sober, and I want to give back. What I did is I surrendered out of desperation. I got sober in Alcoholics Anonymous, in Narcotics Anonymous, but it didn't fit for me because the stories I heard in Alcoholics Anonymous, they were talking about we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, and powerful, and not to be egotistical. Well, I used drugs. I used cocaine. I smoked marijuana. And in Alcoholics Anonymous, those people say we deal with alcohol. And in Narcotics Anonymous, if you didn't shoot heroin or this, that, and the other, so there was no place for me. So there was a meeting on Wilshire, on La Brea Avenue, Motion Picture Health and Welfare Office, and I went there. And the meeting was everything from the neck up. And Alcoholics Anonymous didn't want people talking about drugs. So that's how I became involved. There was no Cocaine Anonymous. Cocaine Anonymous was incorporated some years later. This was I went to that first meeting over there that I went to was January '82. I just celebrated 1 year of sobriety at Alcoholics Anonymous. And I went in the country, into the villages of LA, and there were different villages. And I carried the message of recovery of cocaine. So what happened? I decided for me, let's talk about cocaine. And Cocaine Anonymous is about any mind-altering substance. But I decided, I came up with a theme. I had a company called Alternative Attitudes. And change your mind and change your life. I have a markup of where Newsweek magazine wrote an article about me there. And it was all about drugs and alcohol at the time. This was in 1982. I got involved with Just Say No with Nancy Reagan. I was at a workshop with Nancy Reagan at the Beverly Hilton in 1986. The first letter I got from the White House from Nancy Reagan was December 7, 1983. Just say no. But that wasn't enough. I had to go to our community in South Central and talk about drugs and alcohol. I talk about how to change your mind and change your life. I talked about you had to get away from your friends. I surrendered out of desperation. It was my life. And here we are today. I came up with a theme. Smart kids make smart choices. It wasn't about right or wrong or good or bad. It was about, was that a smart choice? It wasn't about religion. It wasn't about politics. It wasn't about prejudice. It was about how can I help you save your life? And so from that, I got involved with the United Way. I was the chairperson for the South Central Planning Commission. I went to schools from Compton to Watts to Malibu to Beverly Hills to Redondo Beach. I went all over the country with the message that you can recover. You had to change your playmates and change your playground. That's what I did. That's what I did. I went out in the community. I got a degree from the Universal Life Church. I got a doctoral, honorary doctoral degree. But I didn't have a church, a physical church. I had a church without walls. Wherever I went, I carried the message of sobriety. I carried the message of being good to yourself. I was raised Jewish, but I don't have a deity. I have a love for God, and my God is love, and that's it, and that's all. I'm in the here and now. And so I share with people, will you help me help you save your kid's life? Ask me how. How? By making smart choices, not good or bad. And this is what I advocate. You and I will never have an argument for one reason. Let's talk about what we agree on. Okay? We just see things differently. You know, I accept what's good for you is good for you. And my wife and I, we get along great. She has 2 doctorate degrees and I'm a high school dropout. And she and I just see things differently. So what I'm asking America, are you willing to invest in America's future? I'm 86 and your children, your grandchildren are my future. I must pass it on. I'll go anywhere. I don't care what color you are or what your ethnicity. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I'm investing in America's future. So I ask you, are you willing to leave your politics, your religion, and your prejudices at home? And we're only looking for 1%. The population of America is approximately 336 to 400 million, 300 million people. 400 million people. That's the problem. And we want 1%. 1%. And 1% is 3.39 million or 4 million people. That's where we are today. That's where we are today.
That's a powerful story. Thank you for sharing. You were building a movement before social media, before the internet, just out in the community, one child at a time. And that's the grassroots power. That's incredible.
Okay, I've been doing it for 41 and a half years. I know that because the first letter I got from Nancy Reagan, she was the wife of President Ronald Reagan, was December the 7th, 1983. I've been working on this for 42 and a half years, 41 and a half years. And it's a mission. That's my purpose in life, is to help kids make smart choices. Not be good, not bad, but how smart were they? And the most important thing I teach children are you are responsible for your choices, not your mother or your father. So what I do is I ask them to what is it that they wanted in life? Did they want to be an addict or an alcoholic? Or what did they want? What were they getting at home? But I'm here to let you know that you can change your life. And so I go out and we have billboards. They're billboards. They just happen to be on a t-shirt. And our message is, will you help me help you save your life? How? By one-on-one. I don't have a physical structure. I walk like I talk. I'm known as Happy Howard. I'm happy. I don't have depression. I don't have any stress because I accept and face reality. If I don't drink, I won't get drunk. If I don't use, I won't get loaded. If I don't break the law, I won't go to jail. Okay? I am for you. I ask you, will you help me help you save your kid's life? Ask me how. And being sober 43 and a half years, I think I got something to tell you. And the reason this came about, it says on my brochure, the disastrous consequences, unintended or bad choices that our youth make by using alcohol/drugs, prescription or illegal, and engaging in texting, sexting, and bullying behavior will follow our youth far into their future. America must have sober, safe, and sane future generations. I'm investing in America. I'm not investing in money. I'm investing in your children. I'm investing in your grandchildren. I'm 86. It's incumbent upon me to pass this wisdom on. And with the individual guide, they told me, well, we can assist you because seniors need you. And I said, well, okay, how do we do it? They said, well, everything that you got on paper, let's digitize it. I said, well, great. How do you do that? They're mentoring me, and I'm adopting them. Wow. 1 + 1 = 3. I'm good independently. They're fantastic independently. But to bring that together, the youth with technology and the seniors with wisdom. And what we ask you to do, are you willing to help us invest in the future of America?